Hi, everybody. Yeah.
Just taste something different.
Okay. Hi, everybody. It's a terrible angle. Hey, Karen, how are you? Okay, this is better.
Oh,
Yeah. How are you? Okay, so will you grab my notebook? I have some questions from last week, and we're going to do those first. But if you have a question, just throw it in the chat, and we will pick it up, and I'll tell you what's going on as well. Um, hey, Crystal. Well, thanks. Thank you so much. That's very sweet. So, the first question is one that comes up pretty often, but what to do after the laundry has been like washed and dried? Like you have a stain, the laundry has been washed and dried. What do you do? Okay, your best trick is to take a little bit of oily soap, like stain solution from the laundress. Hey, Ginger, stain solution from the laundress, or, well, hey, the crocheting sailor. You know, I wore a sweatshirt that had a big crocheted patch on the front the other day. I absolutely loved it. I'll wear that one day. Anyway, what to do if something's been dried? Take some oily soap, like stain solution from the laundress, or Archipelago spot remover. You could use Levant dish soap, lady soap. Oh, you're sweet, thank you. So take one of these, like this is stain solution from the laundress. Put a few drops on the stain, and then put a little bit of oxygen bleach on top. And just so you know, hey, Sister Bonique, hey, Robin, oxygen bleach will be back the first of the week. That's what I started to tell you. We sold out of it yesterday. Put a few drops of oily soap, then put some oxygen bleach on it, rub it in, let it sit an hour or an hour and a half, whatever, and then run really hot water through it, and that'll take the stain out no matter what it is. Oh, I'm glad you're introducing your daughter to soap flakes. Oh, new baby. First of all, new baby, super exciting. Second of all, fun. Well, thanks, Sister Monique. That's sweet of you. Vondi, hi. Um, so that's how you do a stain. Like if it's already been dried, that's usually just your best spot. Next question was bratwurst. I'm assuming bratwurst is probably, hey Ben Lamb, bratwurst is probably the grease. Now I want a bratwurst. Wonder, is there somewhere in the mall I can get a bratwurst?
oh
Is there? Okay. When I'm done, I'm gonna have a bratwurst. That sounds really delicious now. I discovered bratwurst patties a couple of years ago. Changed my life. Anyway, it's the grease. That'll come out with oily soap. Just put oily soap on the spots. If there's a lot of spots, then just wash everything with a little bit of ammonia. But if it's just a spot or two, use oily soap. It's easier. Ladyship. Oh, thanks. Well, everyone needs their oxygen bleach. I'm glad your kids are using my products, and my staff is amazing. I am ridiculously lucky. I'm just too lucky, really. Because yes, they are amazing. Okay. Cleaning the inside glass on oven doors. Okay, this is really fun, and I'm assuming your oven door is going to be like mine. Believe it or not, if you open the oven door, like open the oven door all the way open, right? The bottom of the glass is actually open. You can buy these brushes, and I think we're out of them. Do we have that little tiny brush? No, it's the one that it looks like you'd almost clean a straw with it. Oh, we're out of them. Okay. You can buy these really flat brushes, or you can actually take something like an icing spatula and put a flour sack towel on it. Anyway, you can actually go up in between the two layers of glass and clean it. That's the best way to do it. I never use the self-cleaning function on my oven. I do every once in a while just to clean that one. A college essentials bundle. That's a great idea, Crystal. We should work on that. How to clean urine from couch cushions. Toddler fell asleep on couch. Okay, that's easy. Oxygen bleach. You can mix up oxygen bleach, about a tablespoon to a quart of hot water, and put it and like dab it on. Or, so you can dab it on, or you can put it in a rug shampooer and do the whole thing. Both work. How can I get lipstick off my sport team jersey? It's on the white number part of it, and it didn't come all the way off. Usually oily soap will take out lipstick. I usually spray it with vinegar and water, blot it, and then scrub with soap and a brush. Part of it didn't come all the way off, so you've washed it. I would do the same thing. I'd spray it with vinegar and water, 50-50 vinegar, 50-50 water, blot it, scrub it with soap and a brush. Okay, hot glue on a shirt. I love hot glue. Do you love hot glue? I love hot glue. Okay, so hot glue, heat it up with a hairdryer and get as much of it off as you can. Lay it over something and pour hot water straight through it, and that will take the hot glue away. Like hot water, like hottest tap water you have, and just run it through it, and that'll get it. Getting fabric softener or dryer sheet residue out of vintage clothing. Okay, this is a toughie. We've actually all talked about this in the store because we all have bought vintage. The best way to do it, the greenest way to do it, I should say first, is to wash it with vinegar. Just wash it with vinegar, but you have to do it 4 or 5 times. The quickest way to do it, which I would argue is also greener, just because it's so efficient, so you're not really using a lot of water, you're not damaging the clothes, whatever, is to wash it with a half a cup of sudsy ammonia. Put a half a cup of sudsy ammonia in the washer. That is your detergent, that is your stain remover, that is everything. You throw the clothes in with it, and it will break down all of that residue. And your clothes won't smell like ammonia. Somebody asked me that too once. What is your favorite stain remover? Oh, geez. This is like picking your favorite kid. I love stain solution from the laundress. Oh, Crystal. Oh, I'm glad it worked. Oh, good. I love stain solution from the laundress. I love Archipelago's spot remover. Oh, let me show you that too. This is Archipelago. I also love Levant dish soap. The other option is, truthfully, I guess my favorite stain remover is the Stain Bar and Stain Brush. That is probably the thing. I probably reach for one of these, and I use these interchangeably, but I always use the Stain Bar and Stain Brush. Like, always use that. Stain Bar, Stain Brush. I use these every single time. Sudsy ammonia, where do you get it? Okay, I'm not sure where you live. If you lived in Minnesota, I would tell you to go to Fleet Farm. I don't carry it, but we should. We should really carry sudsy ammonia. Saya's over here to the right. We should carry, or to my left, actually, you're right. We should carry it. I buy it at Fleet Farm. You can usually find it at hardware stores, and it will be with the cleaning products. It won't be with the laundry products. Okay. Perspiration stains. Okay, we talked about this a couple minutes ago. You use some oily soap and a little bit of oxygen bleach. You leave it on. You rub it in, let it sit a half an hour, and pour hot water through it. North Carolina. Oh, I would assume you'd go to Lowe's. If you're in North Carolina, and I assume Lowe's near you has it. Lowe's here doesn't, but I bet they do. Why do you choose the Stain Bar versus the Archipelago? The Stain Bar, because it's a soap bar and it's not liquid, it has baking soda in it. And so the baking soda gives you a little bit of grit. If you watch the video where I washed the Hermes scarf, I used the Stain Bar and Stain Brush because it gave it a little bit of grit to that stain removal. Um, the Archipelago or the Laundress or the Levant, they're all oily, and so they all penetrate the fabric, which I love. But if you have something sitting on the surface of the fabric, that little bit of grit is kind of the magic trick. Very often, I use both. Like I would use stain solution, then I'd use a Stain Bar and Stain Brush. Oh, this is a tough one. I had to think about this. I think the person actually asked me last week, but I had to think about it. Wood stain. This is not a perfect solution, but it's going to be the best one I can come up with. Use a little bit of like paint remover, like whatever you're going to use. I mean, to be honest with you, because I grew up in the country, I would use lighter fluid. But you'd use something like that. Get that on there. Lift out the stain, and once you lift out the stain, then use your stain remover and your Stain Bar stain brush to get the paint remover out, and cross your fingers. Okay, and the last question I have is how to clean a lamb's wool duster. I do this because I love lamb's wool dusters. Actually, we use one in the store even that's yarnish. Wash it like you'd wash a wool sweater. I would not put it in a mesh bag, put it in the washer because of the stick. I would put it in the sink, and I would put it in the sink with a little bit of soap. I'd wash it like I'm washing the dog, and then I'd rinse it like crazy. Ginger. Yeah, I guess sudsy ammonia is getting harder to find. I'm going to look and see if I can carry it. It's very inexpensive. It's a very inexpensive product. It's just, finding it. Or if nothing else, maybe I can figure out a way to take regular ammonia and add soap flakes to it to make it into sudsy. I'll start working on that, see what I can come up with. Okay. What other questions do we have? Because I have none. Those were all the ones I had asked. Tell you, holiday, you can see it behind me, right? Oh, I've tried soaking my unknown yellow stain on soil with oxygen bleach and then laundered. These did not come out. I don't know the origin of the stain. Usually yellow stains are oxidation, and that comes right out with oxygen bleach. If not, I'd use some oily soap. So I would take whatever your oily stain remover is, I put it on, scrub it in with your horsehair brush, and then let it sit. Or you could do the oily bleach and the oxygen bleach or the oily soap and the oxygen bleach on top, and then let it sit a half an hour and run hot water through it. That's actually what I do, because I think you'll for sure get it out, because you're kind of giving it the 1-2 punch. If it's oily, if it's oxygen bleach, it'll take it out. Packing formal wear to travel for a wedding. Yes. Put it inside a plastic garment bag and then fold it. So put the garment bag over it and then fold it up and put it in your bag. The garment bag will keep the air in there. When you let stains sit, is that on top of the washer or in the machine with water? When I'm letting something soak, I do it in a pan. When I am saying put oily soap on it and then oxygen bleach, you're letting it sit on top of the washer. You don't want it in water because you're going to run hot water straight through it. Like I usually just put the spot on it, put the oily soap, the oxygen bleach, let it sit over on the counter. Then I hold it under the hot tap, run the tap water through it, and then toss it in the washer. That's usually my process. Okay. So, as I was telling you, Christmas is behind me. It's in full swing. Tomato sauce from pasta on a shirt. That will come out with vinegar and water and then soap and a brush. Spray it with vinegar and water, dab it, scrub it with soap and a brush. I love tomato sauce, so I know this one really well because I tend to spill. But Christmas is in full swing, so start looking. All of those gifts that you love are starting to pop up on the website. And I just want you to know, because I want you to get them first. Because last year, we had this run in December, and lots of things were gone, and I know everybody was, oh, thanks, you're great too. And you have a great name, Bison Thumper. But I want you to get them early because, I don't want you to have to worry about it. So we will wrap up. Remember, if you pre-order the book, you can get a download. The link is on my website right now, and there's lots of tips for Thanksgiving because we're going into that season. But with that, I hope you have a really great week. If it's warm where you are, I'm jealous. If it's sort of our temperature, I'm glad you already have washed your coat. I'll see everybody next week. Have a great week. Bye. Oh, I'm glad you got those green grape lights. Aren't those great? Piggybacking on tomato sauce. It's okay to let it sit a couple days, Miss Kristen. Just wait until you're ready to do it. All right. Now I'm really going to go. Bye.